My name's Jacob Furr, and I was in that band.
Hi, Jacob.
Hello, Grady.
I'm Grady Sandlin. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on your podcast.
Yeah, this is, I think, 7th episode, and it already seems like it's been too long. I needed to have you on.
Well, thanks for having me. I mean, it's a very high quality 7 episods so far, I must say. So
thanks, dude.
I'm honored to be here on this one.
You belong here.
Yeah, thanks.
You belong here. How did we meet?
I don't remember. I think I was thinking about it a second ago. I was like, I think this is the only time you and I have ever talked in like a quiet space with one another. So
not in a bar.
Probably at a RTB. It was probably at Magnolia Motor Lounge at a RTB2 show. And y'all played a show with me forever ago in like 20. I don't remember what year it was. It was like 20. It would have been like 2014 or 2015 probably.
Okay.
Which feels like a long time ago now. But I think that was the first time we probably ever met because I knew Ryan kind of before that. So that might have been it.
Via like songwriter circle.
I think so. I think I just seen y'all play somewhere and just reached out to him and was like,
okay,
please come play a show with me. Because I love what y'all did. So.
And you hadn't seen Raised Right Men at that point?
Mm-mm.
That's funny because I've played Magnolia so many times in Raised Right Men that I forget that I probably played there with RTB2 before.
Yeah.
Before I did with...
Yeah, because I vaguely... I think I could find the poster on Facebook or something because I vaguely remember Beckman being excited about it, that I got y'all to come play somehow. But I think that in my head, in the memory that, you know, is my reality, that's how it happened.
So, and the secret, by the way, to anyone listening, if you want to book RTB2, is just ask Ryan. You don't have to promise anything. I feel like every time somebody reaches out to him to be like, will you come play this show? He gets excited. And he's like, he calls me and was like, dude, someone wants us to come play. Yeah. And I'm like, well, yeah, of course they do.
And I think that's what makes him the musician that he is like having that attitude in general of like, this is great. Everything's awesome. And I want to play this music. And it's just, I have craved that interaction from him in the past. Like, I need a dose of this sort of energy to like, remember that this is really a lot of fun and to approach this from like a, I don't know, an innocent side of things, I guess, or whatever, if that makes sense. So
yeah, no, that's definitely it.
Yeah.
Is I think some parts that may be a grind for him, the idea of actually just being able to go somewhere, set up, and do our thing the way we do it is still really fun and still really exciting. Yeah.
And I can see why, too, with that like duo setup, because you've been posting videos. Somebody has been on the Instagram of like old shows of y'all. And I'm just like, that is just so much fun. There was one where he was like running across the stage and making like a squealing sound in the amp. And I was just like, the freedom of that is just like so inspirational and beautiful.
That has to be from around that era because I remember that's from like Wildflower Fest, I think. So. Yeah. In which we're doing one coming up. And I think that's what reminded him that, oh yeah, we have this footage. But we played on that stage, and coming up a little later was Cracker. And like we were walking off, and I think I had like handfuls of, when your drummer plays like a backline kit, you still have to bring all this random
there's still
junk.
Stuff. Yeah.
And so I'm walking by with like all this, probably trying to make one trip to my car, and I see David Lowery, and he's like, hey, were you just in that last band? And I said, yeah. And he goes, hey, you guys are really cool. Yeah. And I was like,
what?
Yeah.
There you go.
You just made my day, sir.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
And now I realize he was making fun of me. And,
really?
No, I'm messing around.
This is that voice in your head we talked about earlier.
Yeah. I feel like there was a Simpsons thing where it's like it like flashes back to Homer in high school, and some girl walks up to him and is like, Homer Simpson, I think you're cool. And they're walking away, and her girlfriend is like, that was cruel, Sandra. Like,
Grady, everybody likes you a lot.
That's me and David Lowery.
You're a very good drummer, and everybody likes you a lot.
That video of him running across the stage, though, I was definitely like, man, those days are gone.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Who can do that? Who's got the stamina for that anymore?
He did a thing. I mean, it was at a song swap that I did at Dan's last year with him and Chris Welch, I think. Mm-hmm. And and Ryan showed up with just like his backpack of pedals, like, because I, spent all this time like curating a pedal board and putting stuff together. And he just showed up with a backpack full of pedals. And when he set it down, he just like under his breath to himself said, well, let's see what kind of landmines I can set for myself today. And I was like, God, what planet do you live on? Because I want to go there and like stay there. That's awesome. Like not having any presets, not having any presuppositions about it all, just pulling some stuff out and going, let's just make music.
Yeah.
Like that's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I think that's cool too. And I've tried to get better about that.
Same.
Not going with the same gear every time.
Yeah.
I've got so many different snare drums and I've got, 3 or 4 different like kits that are all ready to go. And I'm like, why not take them out?
Yeah. I have been attempting it as well. Like, if I'm going to go play some like solo thing, instead of taking the, traditional acoustic guitar or whatever, like show up with the electric, but with no pedals and just see if I can make something interesting happen. That's not just bashing on the guitar.
Yeah.
Or or take a 12 string and play a 12 string for 3 hours and just see, that'll be fun, like just do different things with it. Cause to get, I don't know, once you do it long enough, you lose that sort of spark of that this is fun. Yeah. So.
And those things are meant to be played.
Yeah. They're fun. They're tools. They're toys. It's a hoot.
I got rid of a drum this week that I was like, I'm never going to, I played it so long in a few different situations. And I was like, I'm never going to play it again.
Yeah.
It's an odd piece. And I took it to a guy who I knew would be very excited about it.
Yeah.
And he like made me a lowball offer and I was just like, yeah, fine. Like I don't care.
Oh, no.
Well, it's fine. And I traded him some stuff and was like, I'm going to trade him for some things that I'm going to use and he can take the thing and he might not even sell it. I was like, I'll be mad if he lists it for twice as much as he gave me for it. But if he just wants it in his collection and he wants to let it sit somewhere, like I have been doing, fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's not my problem anymore, and I don't care to do that.
Yeah.
I always I'm the same way with records. Like I don't collect baseball cards. I collect baseball bats.
Yeah. Really?
Well, it's like I want to play them.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't care.
Sorry,
like in a little case.
It's like wow, that's an interesting collection to have.
Grady. A little thing.
Yeah,
I don't care anything about, and I'm not that kind of collector. I collect things because I want to play them.
I don't sell instruments. Like the only time I've ever sold an instrument that I bought was because I needed to pay rent. And really didn't have any other way to make money off of it. So, but everything else that I've ever bought has been something that I've owned forever. Because I just love all of them, and I'm not a good horse trader as far as gear goes. So if I like something, I'll buy it, and then it's just there forever. Mm-hmm. It's never going anywhere.
Same.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I hear you. Yeah.
So I'm, if that gig was 2014, how long had you been at it at that point?
That's a good question. 2014, I probably would have been playing like full-time music for just like 2 years at that point, or maybe a year or two.
In trying to like search back through your discography, that 2014 is the date
that's
your first record.
That's technically the first album. I took the actual first album off the internet because it was on
Scrubbed.
Yeah. It was on Bandcamp. I made it in college in like 2008 when I graduated. I moved home to Benbrook and was living in my parents' house and had a computer that had GarageBand for the first time on it. And so I made this album all by myself, and it's just not good. But I did it, and I was really excited about it back then. And so when Trails and Traces came out, I kind of like just the story behind Trails and Traces was so important to me that I just didn't want anything else to like be around that and have it like muddy what I was trying to do with that and the story I was trying to tell.
Recreating yourself.
Kind of, yeah. Like, because Trails and Traces was an album that I wrote after my wife passed away in 2013. And so it was really special to me in 2014 to be like, this is everything that I want to talk about. And anything prior to this was like sort of just goofing around. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I took that all down off of Bandcamp after that. But there were like there's older stuff that's still up on Bandcamp from that same period that like happened because of her. So that stuff is still up. Like, so yeah, it's weird to take something off the internet and be like, oh, that doesn't exist. I'm sure it's on MySpace or somewhere, you know, somewhere deep in the bowels of the internet. But yeah, so there's still old stuff that exists, but that album particularly, I just didn't really want to have it up anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2014, it looks like 2014 is like when I first released like an album, but then there's older stuff on Bandcamp that's like from 2010
singles,
I think. Yeah, like I did like a couple of EPs, like, and those were like closet recordings as well, you know, just in my in the closet with GarageBand making stuff. That was in San Francisco that I was recording that stuff. So
really,
yeah. So
where'd you go to college?
I went to Texas Tech.
Okay.
So, and that's where I wrote all the songs on the album that got scrubbed, was at Texas Tech, and that was like, you know, your classic sort of like coffee shop sad boy music. So I wrote all those, and somebody even the other day came to one of my shows that was at Tech at the same time we were friends. We played in a couple of ensembles together, and he like made a reference to one of the songs on that album, and I was like, don't tell anybody about that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that's between you and me, buddy.
Yeah. I'll find you.
Yeah. I'll hunt you down. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Did you meet your wife out there?
No, we'd known each other since we were kids.
Really?
So, yeah. We'd known each other a long time. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And then, I'm sorry, you know, you like totally, she passed away.
Yeah, she passed away in 2013. So
Okay.
that was like, and she was like a lot of the inspiration like behind me, like even making music in a like original format to begin with. Like prior to getting married, I don't think that I thought I did it, but I didn't like take it seriously. Like I didn't think that it was a thing that people could actually do. And she really encouraged me to do it, especially when we lived in San Francisco. So that was a lot of like trying to write songs intentionally and like going out to open mics and doing all that kind of stuff. So like,
that's cool.
You know, actually attempt to sort of make a life of music at that point. So
that's a cool narrative. It seems like usually guys get married and then they stop making music.
She's a very inspirational person.
It sounds like it. And so, and then her passing away, and then that definitely was like, what's the Trails
and Traces is that album in 2014.
And you were very much like, I'm doing this. Like I'm on my own now, and I'm just gonna get out and do this.
Yeah, I mean, I think naively, I didn't know. I still didn't like believe that it was a thing that you could like have a career in, and I still struggle to like have a career in music. You know, like,
can you?
Whatever. Yeah.
Have you found out yet?
I do currently, which is a blessing. It's wonderful, but you have to do some finagling. But back then, I don't know. She had just encouraged me to do it, and after she passed away and put that album out, like it was just like the only thing that I wanted to do. And when something happens that early on in your life, you sort of realize that nothing really matters anyways. So like, why not just do the things that you want to do?
Yeah,
like,
nothing says
like all these expectations that were there beforehand. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like, oh, there's a timeline for these things, and this is how life goes, and you suddenly go, oh, no, it doesn't have. No, there's no rules. Like, you can just do any like.
Did she pass away suddenly? What, like, do you care to get into that at all?
Yeah, she had an extremely rare form of brain cancer. So, yeah, it happened pretty quick and sort of surprisingly. So, yeah, it was definitely one of those moments where you're just like, wait, I don't think reality is what I thought it what I had been told that it was, you know? And so that's definitely led me into, over the past like 12 years of just being like, yeah, I can just make music. Like I can go do and be whatever I want to, sort of with her blessing prior to that, of her encouragement of it, but then also just, yeah, it sort of, I guess, sadly or darkly realizing like, oh, none of this matters.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, cool. I'll just do whatever I want to do. You know?
I've definitely had that, like, I don't know, a like a traumatic experience or something that definitely informed my decisions for the next couple years.
For sure. Yeah.
Sometimes in a good way. I mean, obviously I think there's a sense to maybe be self-destructive or to like really fall like further down into the sadness than certainly than that person would want you to or whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember I was having a really tough time. This was like 2017, 2018. And yeah, I was struggling in a lot of ways. You know, I can look back on that as that was a bad year. I had a bad time, you know, and a couple like opportunities came my way, and it was easy. I would sweat over them a little bit, and then I would go, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah. Tell whoever was trying to get me to join this band or whatever, and good opportunities, things that I wonder how my life might be different if I had taken them, but I came to, you know, I remember sitting on my bed and going, no, that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't care for that.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I'm going to keep, and there's a bit of, you're just resolved to go, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this better. Yeah. And I'm going to make this better.
Yeah.
This situation isn't what I like, or it's not perfect right now, but I'm going to keep pushing it further rather than abandon it.
Absolutely.
And move on.
Yeah. And I don't know, there's like an abandon to those moments that is like, can be both very creative and destructive. And I think it's important to acknowledge it and lean into it in those times, because I don't know. I guess philosophizing always makes me uncomfortable about it, because like I don't really know anything about anything. So there's an element of it that like I feel like I have some beliefs about it that I'm like, yeah, if something traumatic happens, like just ride the wave, man. Like just go for it, and then. But that doesn't work out for everybody. So
you do not endorse this message.
Yeah. Like I've been lucky to have a lot of people around me that like ushered me through that moment of like having that abandon and having that sort of like processing all of that through music, and in the midst of processing it through music, also sort of like building something for myself that was sort of an escape hatch at the other end of it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know that everybody has that opportunity, but I definitely did. So it was a good thing for me.
I think you'll see there seems to be a lot of, I'm interested in a lot of musicians, and you find that in a lot of people's stories, there'll be something of like, there'll be maybe a time where they weren't maybe taking it very seriously, and they went through something traumatic, and you see this trajectory moving forward where this was definitely a line
for sure
that was drawn.
Yeah.
And they started moving in a much more direct direction. Yeah. For lack of a better word. But yeah, just being like, okay, never mind what I thought I was doing here. I'm going to this place.
Yeah. Well, and I for me personally, like, I agree with that 100%, but I think it was just making music after 2013 was just like the only thing that felt good. And that sort of like burst of, whatever kind of energy that, like saying energies feels like a positive word, but it's energies, anything that's like moving or vibrating or whatever. So that burst of whatever that energy was, has pushed me in a lot of interesting directions and opened up a lot of things in my mind and in my world that I didn't think were going to happen. So, and music was sort of like the surfboard on that wave, you know? So, yeah, so.
I definitely view you as kind of, you have the like troubadour thing. Like, I'm going to continue traveling. I've got this, I can do it on my own. I can do it with a band.
Yeah.
I can be a part player.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, I've played a gig with you on bass.
Yeah.
And like, I see you in it being like, I can fit into several different situations, but if it all goes to hell, I still have my guitar, I still have my songs.
Yeah.
And I can just carry on that way.
Yeah.
Do you view yourself that way?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I've always loved playing music. Like, I've been playing since I was a kid. So like, I've always, loved it, but I've never been like, I don't think my attention span's like long enough to focus on one thing for as obsessively as maybe you need to become like, okay, we call this guy for lead guitar and only lead guitar. Like, so I can come play lead guitar and it's all right. You know, it's good. And I like the way that I play. But then the same thing for like bass, or like I played keys with Red Shahan for a while. Like, so I can do like lots of different things, but I'm not like the greatest dude in the world at them. But I'm curious enough that I can be like, oh, I can figure this out. Yeah. Like, you know, let's do this, or, you know, like, or I can, I don't know, more than troubadour, I think of myself more as just like a good listener. Like, I just try to listen really close to everything and just be like, what's the instrument that I can fit in here? Like, where can I get something in at this point? So, the troubadour thing, I guess, is more, like, yeah, with the writing of my own songs and stuff like that. Cause that's originally what made me want to do everything, was like writing my own songs, and then sort of getting into that world of playing with people and having bands and realizing like, that I was playing with like some really highly professional people that had been doing it for a long time with lots of other people on like world-class stages, and be like, oh, that's a thing you can do. It's just, I had no idea. I thought you just wrote songs and played them, you know? Yeah. So getting into that world and being like, oh yeah, I'm a good enough guitar player that I can hang, you know, like, sure, I'll take that call, you know, like, yeah, I can do that. So I try to stay flexible and just open to it all, because it's all playing music and it's all fun. Like, I did a guitar, I played guitar for somebody this weekend, and like just had so much fun just standing and playing guitar all night. Like, because I just got done doing a big thing with my own music, and then was like, oh yeah, I'll take this guitar gig. Like, that sounds great. And yeah, for just an hour and a half, just had the best time just noodling on the guitar and like finding parts, you know, and like playing somebody else's songs, and was just like, yeah, this is all beautiful in its own way. So.
Yeah. Writing is kind of where it starts and ends with you, though?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I started playing classical guitar when I was a kid, so that was what like got me doing it, because you know, like when you're a kid, your mom makes you take piano lessons or whatever. And I didn't like piano. So my mom was like, I said I wanted to play guitar, and she said, okay, but you're going to do it the right way. None of this strumming business. So I like got like, yeah, we had, I had a couple of classical guitar teachers, and took classical forever. And yeah, even that, like, I don't think I realized what was going on, or that I was like, that there was a potential to make music in any other way other than playing classical guitar. Like, I was like, this is what you do. Like, I'll go do some, you know, auditions or whatever. And
how old were you then to start?
Probably like 10 or something.
A great age to start.
Yeah, I think it was around then. Like, that's about as young as I would start a guitar student these days. But yeah, like, just played classical forever and just thought, yeah, this is the world that I'm going to be in. And then realized, like, oh, I'm not that good at classical guitar, like, compared to these other people that are like really doing full-on recitals and auditioning for colleges and stuff. And that's when I got into, like, you know, steel string and playing at church and all that kind of business. So
when did you first write?
The first thing I wrote was in 2004, probably. Yeah, so not super long ago compared to some people. But yeah, 2004, I was at Tarrant County College, and they had us doing we had to like write a paper about an exhibit at the Amon Carter Museum, which was, I had no, like, okay, cool. And it was Avedon's, excuse me. It was Avedon's In the American West. Have you seen those pictures?
That sounds very familiar.
They're incredible. They're these giant, like, room-sized photographs that he took because he was, like, a fashion photographer. And so he went out to, like, all these rodeos in, like, the 70s, basically, and was just taking pictures of people in these, like, super high-def black and white images, but then blowing them up. I mean, they're huge. They're, like, floor to ceiling.
It sounds like something I would really like.
It is phenomenal. And the Amon has that collection. Like, that was, the Amon commissioned him originally to do that in the 70s.
Cool.
So... anyways, really beautiful exhibit. And yeah, I wrote a song about one of the, like, I wrote the paper, but then like, as I was leaving the museum, I remember I sat down and was like, I want to write a song. I don't know how to do that. And like, just sat and worked on this song about one of the pictures for a while and just made up a story about this guy. And it was like, it's funny because it was like, the first song that I wrote was a story song about somebody else that I didn't know. And then everything else after that has been like deeply personal stuff. Mm-hmm. But that was sort of like the end to it was, yeah, writing a song about someone else. So now that I'm thinking about it.
You're like, I'll externalize it first. And you're like, oh,
wait, that's what
I have
happened?
all these other stories. Yeah. Well, who's your hero? Who do you...
like music-wise? Like songwriting-wise?
I think so,
yeah. I don't really know. I grew up on a lot of like Jim Croce, and a lot of like Bread. Remember the band Bread?
Yeah, I love Bread.
Like my parents loved like soft 70s rock stuff, like Christopher Cross.
Yeah.
Like, oh man. Yeah. So all that really like, that was sort of my earliest exposure to like music that wasn't classical music or church music or like the oldies station, you know? So that sort of stuff. And then my dad, when I turned 16, like gave me a Tom Petty tape or whatever it was. I guess it was a CD at the time, and was like, "This is what I used to listen to when I was your age." I was like, "You could have shown me this way before now."
Yeah, I was ready.
Yeah, so I would say after all that, like Tom Petty and all that kind of stuff would be like sort of my biggest sort of heroes in the songwriting world. And then in like 2010, 2011 was when I really got into like Springsteen and Towns and all that kind of like stuff, and was like, oh man, this stuff's great. So yeah. And then from there, the more I've played, the more I've been exposed to stuff, and the more that I've like learned about things. So like most recently, not even most recently, but like we were talking about Magnolia Motor Lounge, like played there and opened for Peter Case, and was like, who is this guy? Like, this is guy. Thanks for asking me to, come open or whatever. And then opened for him and was like, this is mind-blowing stuff, and spent like 2 years just only listening to the man with the blue postmodern guitar, like, so yeah, it's just whatever happens to come across.
Have you ever had it like happen the other way where you got to open someone that you knowingly adored? And,
oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
Way into?
Yeah. I've gotten real lucky about that. Yeah. I opened for a band, Over the Rhine. You ever heard them? They're like this,
RHINE?
They're a band.
I know I've heard of it. I don't know if
They're from Ohio. It's like a husband-wife thing, but they've been making music together forever. And it's just like this beautiful, deep sort of stuff. And so I've really, like, I loved them, and I got to open for them a while back. And then, I don't know, who else? I'm trying to think.
I have that show. I saw you playing at Dan's with Slobberbone.
That's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere.
Are you doing that band?
Yeah, we're
going
to do the band.
Cool.
Yeah, so that'll be, that literally came out of the blue. I had no idea about that. Like, because I played with Brent solo a couple of times, and love Brent's music and like love his solo stuff. And then I think Slobberbone was probably like a little bit before I was like allowed to listen to music that wasn't super Christian. So I never really got into them until after I had played with Brent solo and like gotten into his solo stuff.
That was my way into. I told him when he was in here that I was like at a Fry Street fair and I was like tripping and I could not find I could not find where I was supposed to be. Like, I could not find anything that was really like suiting my vibe musically,
Yeah.
And it was like, but I went and like watched, I was like, someone was like, oh, Polyphonic Spree's playing. And I was like,
That'd
that
be
sounds
good.
cool.
Yeah,
But they were sound checking. And I was like, this is hell. And then like, I think I went and watched like Chomsky and was like, well, this is cool. And I like this. And then walking around and then someone was like, I saw a girl that I kind of liked, or maybe I knew that she liked me, but obviously I was in no shape to, like do anything about it. But she was like, I'm going to go over here and watch Slobberbone. And I went, and it was like the giant bass player and then Brent screaming, and everything was like, real high energy. And I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Like, this is not
happening.
Yeah. And so I really caught on to Brent's solo.
Yeah, for sure.
I love his songs.
Yeah, I do too. His songs unfold quite a bit, like as the more you play them, and they blow me away every time. So.
I got to play on his solo record.
Oh.
And it's like I play, I guess, all the drums on it. And
on the My Dog Champ?
Yeah.
Really?
And it was literally because I just bugged him about it.
What? I love
that. I feel like once Slobberbone was done, he was doing the drams. I would see them a lot. And then he would have RTB2 open sometimes, or this other band that I had called Current Leaves would open. And I remember, I just knew it. I was like, someday you're going to make a solo record and I want to play on it. I knew he was a Neil Young fan, so I was like, I want to be your Kenny Butchery.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to do that. When you make a record, it was like, I just said it enough to where it was like, finally when it came time to record, he was like, well, I guess you have to play on this record.
I love it.
And I had decided.
Man, that's great.
Yeah. Any others, like people you gotten to play with that were just, or whether you knew them or not, that you came to appreciate later, or
the more like you're saying, like externalizing things. The more I think about it, the more I think like I remember being given the Johnny Cash American recordings, like as a box set, like when I was probably the same time I got into Tom Petty when I was like a teenager, and like just being. Like, I didn't listen to Johnny Cash before that. We weren't like a country fan. My dad's like not into country music at all from some childhood trauma around country music. So we never really listened to like a lot of country stuff growing up. But then like getting those albums and like hearing those, like every one of those songs is a killer. Like just like the best song ever. And being like, what is... like having no perception of what it was and just being like, what is this? And when you open up the liner notes, realizing that it's all like Christopherson and Bonnie Prince Billy and like just every single, they're all the best writers.
Yeah.
And then getting the songbook, which is what I did back then, like go to the bookstore and buy the songbook and like, having the writers' names and like all the chords and all the lyrics and like getting to actually see it all. And yeah, just getting into all those people. That's like how, you discover like Gordon Lightfoot from that album. And I mean, just everybody, it's all the best ones. So
yeah.
It's
such a cool idea. And we got to hand it to Rick for seeing that for what it was.
Yeah. Just a treasure. It's literally just like a little time capsule of the best stuff up until that point. Like just all the best songs.
It's great. Great idea.
I still like when I do like patio gigs, like half of my set is just songs off the American recordings because they're just like my favorite songs.
Yeah.
And people tend to know them too sometimes because quite a few of them are like, not major hits, but you play them and somebody goes, oh, you're pretty cool. You know that song, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Or summer hits that kind of been sort of forgotten.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm fascinated by this too. This happens with Raised Right Men a lot. People are like, oh yeah, you play that song. That's a deep cut. And I'm like, that was a #1 hit, buddy. Yeah. Like it just never caught on to like the, I think the buzzword now is algorithm or whatever. But like for whatever reason, when someone was like they classic country or a classic rock format, only certain songs kind of made it through the door.
Yeah.
And some get left behind.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of that on there. There's stuff you're just
I can't even think of like all the songs that are on there. I went back through a while back and like made a like giant like a PDF document on my computer of like all the chord charts for those songs because I couldn't find the book again wherever I lost it at, and was just like scrolling through and just being like, forgot about that one. Like I started playing Tennessee Stud again just because I'd like forgot that Tennessee Stud was on there. I was like, oh man, I love this song.
Yeah.
So,
and that's a cool idea for a project.
It's fun.
You like create that book and then pick up players. And
yeah, it'd be fun to like start a band that like only covers the American recordings.
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd call it, but like it would be really fun.
Yeah.
Because they're really cool songs.
I bet you could sell some tickets doing that.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
Like even at listening rooms or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I don't know.
We
let's talk off the air.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Yeah. Oh man, it feels weird to do that just because of the whole Johnny Cash, like the way that he turned all those songs and like made them all his own. I don't know. It feels like they're like like I said earlier, they're like a perfect little time capsule to me in my head. And I'm like,
yeah,
man,
because
like, you know,
at no other point in his career do you ever think, oh, this guy's a real great interpreter of songs.
I mean, wasn't that kind of like what he did though? Like most of his stuff is like written for him.
Yeah.
Early on, right? Like not the Sun stuff, but like, I don't know.
I tend to think he is a guy who goes and like finds songs that are like, this one suits me.
Yeah, for sure.
Not like I can go mining and just, so like someone who I love, Jerry Garcia, takes a song and is like I can make this mine. Yeah. I can be this guy. And maybe Cash approaches it that way too. I think he just has like a little bit narrower thing of like, that Johnny 99, that Springsteen song is like, that's so perfectly
like how did
made.
How were you not exposed to this before that, Mr. Cash? Like, or maybe he was and there was just no opportunity to record those things, like, I don't know.
I think he did do it back in the 80s, soon after Nebraska came out, and it was just on a record that no one gave a shit about.
Yeah,
because
what a bummer.
Well, I mean, he got the last laugh.
Yes,
he and Rick.
Yeah,
he went on top.
Yeah, it was incredible stuff. So yeah, I remember that really changing my life for the better in a lot of ways. Like I said, I still go back to those songs. Like it's half of what I do when I do cover songs. It's like, songs from the American recordings. So I love that collection. It's like my touchstone for everything pretty much. So.
Yeah. So a lot of that was driven by Rick Rubin.
He picked a bunch of those.
He was sending. He was sending. Well, right, of course.
Gave them. The
he
songs.
was sending the songs, sending him song selections and stuff, right? Yeah. And so that was a lot of it. His imagination of Johnny Cash's how this would sound in Johnny Cash's world.
There's some in there that like Bridge Over Troubled Water, or there's some in there where you're like, whoa, real. I'm sure when they first came up,
like a bridge,
someone's got to be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah. Well, I always think of Field of Diamonds in the Sky. Like, that's such a strange song for Johnny Cash to sing. And then, what's the Bonnie Prince Billy one? I See a Darkness. Like, that song.
That one kills.
Just nails me to the wall every time. It's so good how they did it. Like, and it's such a indie rocker sort of song. Like, it doesn't have all the traditional trappings of like something that Johnny Cash would cover. So,
did he do any John Prine in there?
I don't remember. I'd have to look at the playlist and see.
Is Prine a big one for you?
He sort of came in later on for me. Like, I wasn't like a big Prine guy for what, just because I didn't have any exposure to him. Mm-hmm. Like, it was the same thing with like Townes Van Zandt. Like I feel like everybody goes through their Townes Van Zandt phase, and mine was like a year of being obsessed with Townes Van Zandt, because you get obsessed with Townes in your early 20s and when you want to be a songwriter, and that happens. But I had no prior knowledge of this person before that. So Prine was the same way. I got really into Prine for like a year or two, and then was like, cool, I don't know that sonically this is what I really want to do all the time. Like I guys like that I respect more like lyrically than anything else. But as far as like writing goes, I think, well, that's such a unique voice. There's not much I can really learn from this.
Sure.
Like, you know,
yeah,
you do your thing. Anything that I do is going to just be me trying to rip off your lyrical jokes or whatever it is you're doing, you know, like
I like to say
tricks.
The best thing you can learn from your influences is to be yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the ones who are really good. And that I've been in those situations like with Ryan or with other projects where you're like, we might be getting a little too close to this. Yeah. Like it might be time to
to try something.
Start distancing ourselves from this because it's becoming really obvious.
Yeah.
Is there do you have people like that you said in the case of Brian, like, but do you have people that maybe you did emulate and you were like, I probably need to
I still try to emulate. If I get really into somebody, I try to emulate them for a song at least, like just to like sort of feel like what it would be like to say something in my voice in their style. And that was an older guy in Fort Worth a long time ago. When I first wanted to like write songs, I invited him over to my house and I said, hey man, here's like all my songs. Like, what do you think? And he kind of went through them and was like, they're not that great. And that kind of like made me think, commit to some of them and be like, well, that's a matter of opinion. Like I really love this thing. So that's fine. Like I can really love this thing. But then the thing that came out of that conversation was him saying like, you know, there is nothing truly original in the world at all anymore, ever. So like, if you're going to be creative and make these things, like take from the best of the best, like have the best taste you can possibly have about these things and be discerning about what you're listening to. And then when you find that really good thing, try to take the best thing from that. And cause that's your sort of like keeping the wave going forward is you moving that what you consider to be the best piece of that into the future, you know? So
it's like, it's okay to steal, but steal the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So like I did this song, or this last album that I did last year that I put out, there's a song on there that I was like, I want to write this like a Greg Brown song. Like I love Greg Brown, and was like, what does Greg Brown do? Like, what are the things that Greg Brown does? And like took a lot of like the musical idea, like a bunch of different parts of Greg Brown, and then made my own thing out of it. And it's nowhere near as good as a Greg Brown song, but it's like, it feels like one to me. And like, I like playing it now because it like has these elements that I would have never thought to put into something that I was just coming up with purely out of my own mind, So
yeah.
Kind
of gives you like at least a starting point.
Yeah, like a starting point to like then say whatever you need to say inside of the framework of it, and sort of put your own chord changes over it, but get that feel correct. Like what I was saying earlier about listening, like just being a really good listener or a really attentive listener to whatever comes my way.
Are you doing that when you're in conversations with people? Are you kind of, is your songwriter mind always kind of on? Is your little like tape recorder in your mind kind of always?
No, because I don't really write songs about people that I know necessarily anymore.
But if you had a line, someone says a cool line, is that going into the Rolodex, or do you?
No, not always. Okay. Yeah,
I'm curious.
I mean, sometimes things actually, no. The more I'm thinking about it now,
where do they come from?
I'll just be talking to myself in the car mostly. Like the way that I write requires like, it requires like a lot of long drives alone and just like talking to myself sort of, and then things will come out of that. And then I'll go, oh yeah, that's the core of that idea that I'm feeling that I need to like get down or whatever. But, I don't really take lines from other people necessarily. Like if somebody says something to me, I don't know. I think it's because I'm not a great storyteller songwriter, which is something that I'm working on right now. Like say, like if someone tells me a story, then I go, oh, I can make that into a song. Yeah. Like that's not really my strong suit. Nor is like coming up with a scenario, out of whole cloth and being like, okay, here's the storyline that I'm going to tell in this song. Like, I've never, I did it once when I first wrote, and then sort of didn't focus on that very hard until recently. And now I've been trying to do it more recently and trying to figure out how to make songs like that work. So
you're a very good storyteller.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. So
appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. I might have looked at you a little funny when you said that. Yeah. So when you go and do a solo gig, just you, how many originals are you trying to squeeze in? Like, I know it's different. Let's say any random gig, wallpaper gig, whether you think the people are really digging it or not.
Yeah. If it's wallpaper, none.
Really?
Like, I don't want to play any of my songs. Like, if it's just like on a patio somewhere. Like, I got over that desire. Like, early on when I first started playing, I had that like that everybody does when they first start. They're like, nobody's listening to me. And then you realize, I'm just getting paid to play music right now. Mm-hmm. And sort of like mellowing out into that and just sort of having fun. And so I've gotten more into that world of like, I'm just going to play some fun songs that I can have fun with and can stretch out for a long point.
Whatever I feel like playing.
Yeah, I don't have to like beat people over the head with my music at this, patio gig or whatever. But also like for my own mental sake, like protecting my stuff and being like in my own heart and being like, these things like, I tell people, like, I love my songs. Like, I'm not one of these people that's, like, super critical of all my songs. Like, mm-hmm. I truly love the songs that I make. And they're all very special to me and important to me, whether they work or not, as far as, like, getting on the radio or people tell me that they're good songs. Like, they all mean something special to me.
Why? So, like, do you like the process?
I love the process. I love writing them. Yeah, and when they come out, they're little surprises to me because I'm not like I don't like write all the time. Like, I'm not like a machine writer. Like, when they come out, it's because I was really feeling something extraordinarily strongly, or had something that I really wanted to communicate.
Yeah.
And so so they all like, to me, they're all very important little markers along the way.
And so you protect them.
Yeah, because I don't really like to play them on patios. Like,
do you ever find yourself in a gig and you think it's one kind of gig, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, everyone is really kind of hanging here. Do I need to shift gears? Or
it happens.
You feel comfortable enough to.
So I've been attempting to not play as many patio gigs this year so far. So
right.
3 months into the year, like attempting to like sort of like peel myself away from that world of making music and really try to focus on just doing the things that like satisfy me or are artistically pleasing somehow, which is a hard thing to do. Well,
we know which one pays more. Right?
You'd be surprised.
Well, yeah, I bet I would. Be surprised. I truly would.
So I just did this. I just did this 10-day tour up to Minneapolis because one of my songs got on this radio station up there that's like a pretty cool radio. I was shocked that I got on this radio station. I was like, what the heck? And so I planned this tour, not realizing that Minneapolis is 1,000 miles away. I was like, Minneapolis, that's like
just up 35
north of Kansas, right?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
We'll drive up 35.
On the way there, like I played this one place that, they told me like, okay, we don't have a music license and we don't play music in the space, but we have live music Friday and Saturday night, and it has to be 100% public domain or original music. And I was like, okay, this is great, cool. I get to go play my own original stuff. But it's not a ticketed show. It's just a space. It's just a bar.
Interesting.
And I was like, okay, this will be. And so what you were asking, like shifting gears, like that was like a very sort of interesting experience to be like, okay, the people that are here, they know the rules. Like they know all the bartenders, so they've been coming here. They know what happens here. So they're here to hear original music or whatever it is that you're putting on. But it wasn't a listening room environment. And it was like a really cool experience to like put your songs up against that sort of expectation of like this old school sort of world of, oh yeah, people come through our town on the weekends and they play original music that we've never heard before, but it's also got to be like good and catchy and interesting. And so how do I build like
tall order, man?
Yeah, because there's a way that you can like organize a set for like a listening room thing where you're like, okay, cool, everybody's, they're all paying to be here to listen, to be quiet, do the thing. And then there's that where it's like, oh, I've got to like mix up how I'm doing this to keep this ball bouncing for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so I enjoyed it. I had fun. It was weird. I got done and was like tired. Like I'm mentally exhausted right now because I had to like build this set as I was going along to like keep things interesting and
most importantly, did it make money?
Yeah, it murdered. It legit.
Well, that's how we got on that. That's how we got on the subject. That's not what's
insane.
most important, everybody.
So yeah. I don't know. I think there's a lot more room in the world for original music than I think I have given myself permission to believe.
There was a time where I was gonna make a Raised Right Men record just because there were certain gigs that I knew we could get if we had some proof that we had any original music.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going to be actual original music. It was probably going to be like grab one of your songs and grab one of like, Simon Flory songs and just one of Rodney Parker songs and make a
old school, make a record for a band. Yeah.
And just, countrify a bunch of songs of good songs that we liked. And just be like, this could get us onto a festival or into this venue.
Yeah.
Under the pretense that we're an original band, and then we just go in and do our thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But it, it didn't end up coming. But I do know that there are doors that are only open to. There are doors that are only open if you're playing covers, and there's doors that are only open if you're playing originals.
Absolutely, and I think I don't know. You just have to be able to read the room and know what's going on, or take your original songs and can they fit in this cover space? Like, if your original stuff is in the you play a brewery, right? Or I did play a brewery, and the vibe there is very much I'll say stomp clap sort of music,
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I know exactly
sense?
what you're saying.
And so you're like, okay, cool. If I do this sort of finger picky, bluegrassy sort of country thing with all the covers that I can do, okay, great, that'll work. But then for me in that space, if I do want to bring an original in, it's can I change up the arrangement of this completely to fit the vibe of that, to change the music of it, in a way. But that is really rare for me to even want to do that sometimes. So I don't know. It's all fluid. I like playing music in lots of different ways, but I would prefer to be playing my own stuff at this point in my life. So,
and you should.
Yeah, I like my songs.
Can I re-stick and roll for the last portion of it?
Yeah.
Do you think you're nearing
I think so.
the end of what you're doing? Sorry, I know this is a weird interruption. I'm very sorry to do it, but
go ahead.
We're gonna restart all the cameras, if we could, please. And just to plant a seed in the vein of talking about the making of music and the writing of your music, this might be a good segue into however y'all want to approach it. That you're going to perform.
Yeah.
In there.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay.
Well,
yeah.
but you don't have to.
got it a little out of order.
It could also be,
I'll probably do a fake ending or an end the podcast.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably do a
take on that.
Yeah. Just have him talk to me about that song.
Cool.
And then we'll
perfect. Yeah, just wanted to plant that
segue
seed
into
in
that.
there if we could.
What song did you play?
I played "Take Care."
Okay.
So yeah, it's my radio hit.
My favorite salutation.
Take care.
All
hey
four
there.
are rolling.
It's a very Minnesota.
Yeah.
Sorry for my very impolite.
Yeah. Sorry I have to work in these conditions, Jake.
It's rough, man. This podcast recording, my gosh. What a terrible life.
Yeah, you were just talking about being mentally exhausted from a gig, and here we are.
Oh, man. That was a really good gig, though. It was super fun.
I like those. I like the challenges sometimes.
I do, yeah.
Your pacing is so important.
Yeah.
And you can tell when someone doesn't have it down.
Yeah.
And obviously you can tell when someone does. You go see someone who really knows how to work pacing.
Yeah. You got to get all those beats right. Like, you got to figure out, how do I go up? How do I go down? When do I, play the fun song? When do I really lay on the sad one for, it's an art form in and of itself, and it's wonderful. I love it.
I've gotten way into just a couple times a set, because Ray's Right's primarily a dance band, to a couple times a set play something that is really just for the band.
Yeah.
And that I really don't care if people dance to. And what ends up happening is it's like, I know what'll fill a dance floor after that, but we could say, okay, let's do something we care. I know we like.
Yeah.
I know that's fun for us. It's new or something we've been working on.
Absolutely.
And when you give them a break, they appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then, then you might be like, okay, the next thing that whether I think this will definitely fill a dance floor or this might, and then maybe a couple songs there, back. Okay, if we haven't gotten them back by this point, this one will for sure bring them back in.
Absolutely.
But I think sometimes people will enjoy just sitting and listening in that situation, or just an opportunity to go get another drink or go to the bathroom or whatever.
That's what I was gonna say. It's drink time. Like,
and that's okay.
Yeah,
like that's a totally fine thing to, I'm at a show, I saw Bob Dylan on, Tuesday, and I was like, I know he's going to play this song, and when he does, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Yeah. Like, that's going to be my spot,
Which song was it?
It was one of the new ones. It wasn't...
Not the JFK one? You got plenty of time to go.
No, I would have sat for that.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, like, please.
I would have stewed. I think it was like My Own Version of You.
Oh, okay.
And it's not, I don't hate it.
Yeah, just not.
I think I've seen it 3 or 4 times now on this tour, and it hasn't changed a ton, and just like, maybe I missed out, and maybe I'll go listen to the recording of it like I do, and it'll be completely blown away.
Yeah.
I did miss a song that I would have liked to have heard in the process, but...
Which one?
To Be Alone With You.
Oh, yeah.
Off Nashville Skyline.
Yeah. Oh.
And like, I talked with Tom. I'd seen it, also seen that one previously on the tour, so
yeah,
I'll be all right. I'll survive.
You'll survive.
I've seen those of going out to see music and having favorites. I went up to Tulsa and hung out with Tom.
Oh yeah,
on Tuesday.
Our buddy, buddy.
Get to shout out on this episode.
Tom Pivier, here he is.
You introduced me to him.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite human beings ever.
Oh yeah, great
Love
dude.
That guy.
Same. It's like making a new friend at 44. I'm like, well, this is nice.
I know, right? Yeah. Same. It's like,
this is
what?
Cool.
Where did you come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great dude. And but we were talking about favorites and things like that, and how they. And I told him, I was like, he mentioned a song from Blood on the Tracks.
Okay.
And I was like, for me, it's. And also maybe he did one off of Time Out of Mind. And I was like, those two and Nashville Skyline, I think are so perfect, those 3 records, that those might be my favorite records of Bob's.
Yeah.
And I have trouble extracting songs, favorites, from them.
Okay.
Like, it's like, if I want to hear that song, I'll probably just play that whole record. And that, you know,
that's how I listen to Dylan. You don't go listening to that.
Well, like, sometimes you want to hear that one song.
Oh no, I can't do it. I put on the whole thing with him.
Well, that's
like,
cool.
I can't. I actually can't extract the songs from that context with him. Like, it's like, oh, cool. You're gonna go listen. Like, if I want to hear, it all just went out of my head. Oh my gosh, Time Out of Mind. Like, any of the songs in Time Out of Mind.
Standing in the Doorway.
Yeah, like, or A Million Miles. Like I'm just like, yeah, I can't just go listen to that song. Like, this is which is kind of weird for me listening to music. Like, if I'm in the car going somewhere, I won't listen to music unless I know that I have like 45 minutes to get to a place. Because I'm like, oh, we're just going to listen to an album. Like, I'm not going to put on some random set of songs. Like this is a front to back situation for me.
Yeah.
So
I listen to less music in the car too.
Yeah.
And I get less speeding tickets. Because I would just be like,
well, it's like, I mean, it's my favorite thing is to like go on a long drive and put on music. Like that thing up to Minneapolis. I listened to so many albums on the way to Minneapolis and back. Like it's my favorite thing to like just revisit revisit stuff, but then try out new things. And yeah, but anyways, Dylan, yeah.
Any of it. I
can't extract the songs.
That's great.
I wish I could. But like it, yeah, any of the Lanois, those, didn't he do two of them? He did Time Out of Mind and
Oh Mercy.
Oh Mercy, yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah, both. Just like, I'm going to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can't not do it.
Well, those are real moody, vibe kind of.
They're all vibes.
Kind of records, and that's great. I love that. And I love Lanois' approach with those. To like, I guess there's no control room really. They're kind of
just in the room together.
That's cool. That's
yeah, it's fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
I love all that Lanois. Anything he does, I'm way into. So, yeah.
Do you like his music as well?
Love it. Cool. Yeah, love it.
I sent some to Brian, the producer. Here, like.
What'd you send to him?
The Maker.
Oh. So I did the Maker when Matt Tedder had Tedder and Friends at Magnolia a while back. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Hey, do you want to come play a song with us?" I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And he said, "What song do you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to do the Maker." He's like, "What is the Maker?" And I was like, "Dude, Willie Nelson, Emmylou Harris, Jerry Garcia, Dave Matthews." Like,
yeah, everybody's done. Yeah,
he was like, "Oh my gosh,
it's a real murderer's
yeah." We played it, and it
people.
was so much fun. I was like, "That's my favorite."
Yeah,
that song.
We've talked about it a little bit before.
Yeah, that song kills.
Yeah,
just the best. Yeah,
and then when you go through all of them, it's kind of fun to go to Daniel's and be like, "This is great," and because none of them stray too far, really.
No,
it's one of those songs. Everyone kind of has their own little way of emulating it, but there's certain little aspects that everyone has like demo love for, and they're like, you can't get away from that bass line. The bass line really makes it.
It's so sick. Yeah, it's perfect. I got back into Teatro the other day because I was listening to some podcast that was interviewing Lanois specifically about Teatro and like just how they built that space and built that album. Mm-hmm. And like, I didn't realize that there's no bass on it.
Right.
It's all just guitar and drums, and then Sister Bobby playing. Like he said,
a Wurlitzer.
He said, he said, what was it? He said, I brought my Wurlitzer and then like had to show her how to use it, like to get like the sounds that I thought would be interesting to come out of it. Mm-hmm. He's like, but then she took all of that and like put her spin on it and like.
And he got Willie to play his 335.
Willie played the electric. Yeah, and even that he said like. Willie, I'm not going to rehash another podcast on a podcast. I don't care. It's so good. He was like, "Yeah,
let's have you send it to me."
So they made all the arrangements in the theater, but Willie was just in the bus the whole time, and he was like, so we would set everything up and then bring Willie in and tell Willie, "Okay, here's the guitar you're playing, just start singing." And I didn't realize that like. A lot of those songs on that I knew they were older Willie cuts.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how old some of those songs were.
Some of the oldest.
Like, and that's what they were discussing on that podcast. I was like, oh yeah, this is like first round of writing from Willie Nelson and Nashville songs. And I was like, oh man, I knew they were old songs, but I didn't know they were that like, and that was like what that juxtaposition was on that album of like taking these really, really old songs and putting that Latin twist on top of it for whatever reason.
There's some other layer in that onion where it's like the record's made in a really short amount of time, maybe like 4 days, and then they came back and shot this video.
Yeah.
And the versions on the video are not the same as the record. They're almost just it's like they had decided what takes they were going to use, and then when they do the video thing, they just perform them again.
Yeah.
And they're slightly different.
Yeah. It's what? So cool. I love it. I love that about recording. Like do everything like that, like in little snapshots of things. Like it's not a real thing.
Right.
Like, this is not reality.
It's not precious.
Yeah. Like just play the song and then be done. Like you're in, you're out.
Yeah.
Go for it. You know, like, yeah.
Do you have an interest in that? Like in your own
In what? Like recording that way?
Yeah. How do you?
100%. That's how I make everything. Is like
It's done.
one day.
That felt good.
Yeah, I pay for one day at a studio, and just go. This is whatever gets done today. This is what we're getting done.
Cool.
And generally, I try to have like the songs well written enough that they don't need a whole lot of arrangement. Like, so there's a lot of like work that goes into it ahead of time, so that when we do get in and play, like each one gets 2 takes or maybe 3 at the most. Like, but it's all and the notes in there are always just like, let's change this one little thing about the arrangement. Like that didn't quite feel exactly right. We'll change this, because I don't like I don't like spending a lot of time recording. It really bores me. Like some people really get off on like
I agree.
all the knob twisting and like, what if we do this and what if we do this? And I don't. I'm just like, and I even like, I don't like home recording anymore. Like I used to love home recording, and just got into the point where I was like, I don't care about turning on any of these microphones. Right. The levels of this, the EQ of this, it's all upsetting me right now. Like I would rather just save up the money whenever I can and pay one person to do it, and I'll just go play the songs.
So you got here today before me.
Yes.
And performed Take Care.
Uh-huh.
Listeners, you guys heard Travis Bonnet's voice. Or is it Bonnet?
Depends on what country you're in.
Okay.
But here in Texas, it's just Bonnet.
Yeah, well, so Travis is helping out today and chimed in a little earlier. Thank you very much. And so you came in a little bit before me. How many takes did you do of Take Care?
One.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully nailed it. We'll see when it gets
Sounded
played
great.
back. Yeah.
And so why'd you pick it?
That song, it is like this. What like I said, I put out that album last year, and
what album?
It's called the album's called Turning, and it's sort of the third album in the like there's Trails and Traces, and then there's Sierra Madre, and then there's Turning. So there's like this trilogy of albums in my mind that like they all fit together as a piece. And so Take Care's one of the songs on Turning that like for whatever reason, like I really enjoyed the way that it sounded. And so I emailed a bunch of radio stations and sent it out, and, just thought, we'll see what happens. And it got picked up by like a bunch of different places, which was super surprising. And then also like has like hit the algorithm on Spotify for whatever reason. And so like, I don't know, people just really, really like that song. And that's a song that I got told, like I took that to Nashville one time to this publisher, and he told me like, yeah, you need to like, he said, if you can put a truck in this song, it'd be great. And I was like, I get it. Mm-hmm. Like, and I'm not opposed to it, but I just don't know how. Maybe I'm not that good of a songwriter that I have no idea how I would put that into this song. But then I released it, and it's like everybody seems to really enjoy that song quite a bit.
Without the truck?
No trucks. Oh. Yeah.
Maybe, next record?
Trucks.
More trucks.
Yeah, more trucks.
You could call the record that.
More trucks.
Yeah. Jacob Furr. More trucks.
More trucks.
And take it back to that same guy. And the album's called More Trucks.
More trucks.
Here's my press kit, bro.
Yeah. Jacob Furr, Trucks on the Tracks.
Yeah. So, yeah. Take Care. That's the song that I've recorded.
Okay. Well, let's go. Actually, this is the intro. You're going to actually go play it now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I tried to do this organically, and we have failed.
That's all right. Brian can cut around.
It's close enough.
I like this better.
Right?
Do not cut this out. Do not cut this out.
Reality television show editing and splices.
Taking my shirt off so we can't...
For the record, I have played the song already. Don't let anyone lie to you.
The truth is out there.
I want to believe.
All right, man. Thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
If there's anything else you want to tell people or anything about yourself, please do. I love just getting to visit with you.
I just like getting to talk to you. But like I said, in a place that's not a noisy bar after a show. So.
We do find at those places too, though.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's different.
It's nice.
It's different.
Yeah.
We'll hang out in a quiet place again soon,
yeah.
I hope.
I'm into it.
Awesome. Thanks,
Here for
man.
it. Thank you.